how's it going? I hope you're doing really well. Today I'm doing a video that I've actually wanted to do, sorry I'm on my nail, that I've wanted to do for like a really long time. I've always wanted to try the Tarte Amazonian Clay Foundation, and then Tarte kindly gifted it to me at an event I went to the other day. So I thought, why not do a first impression? I need to be at work in about an hour, so I'm going to put my makeup on now, talk about my first impression of this foundation, go to work, and then check back with you after work, see how it lasts, because it says it's the Amazonian Clay 12-hour full coverage foundation. I just burped. For starters, I frigging love this packaging. I think it's so pretty and just really like different and cool, so thumbs up for that. Let's zoom into my face and get cracking. Okay, for starters, it's really fucking hot in here. I'm like properly roasting. I'm still in my pajamas because I'm getting ready for work. And secondly, my skin is currently the worst it's ever been in my entire young life ever. I've properly broken out. I'm due to come onto my period any day now, so I'm hoping that that's what it is, and that once Shark Week passes it will kind of chill out again. But at the moment, like, there's some proper like almost like acne style spots going on, and I'm not okay with that. Okay, as I said, I'm in the shade light medium honey. I'm gonna apply it with the Spectrum BO2 like buffing brush. I talked about this, I'm gonna shake it, I don't know if you're meant to, but I'm going to. I got this in my the blogger program unboxing video, and I've actually been loving these brushes. They're really nice. So I don't know how much I'm supposed to use, so I'm gonna go for like a pea-sized dot for now, because you can build, but it's harder to take away. It's really thick. It looks like a pretty good colour. My fake tan's kind of coming off everywhere, but it looks like an alright colour. It's just really thick. Oh, and I'm not using any primer because I want to see how it lasts without any aid of any primer. Okay. It has a smell, but it's not like a perfume smell, and it's not offensive in any way. I'm going to do this half of my face and then compare both sides. And then we'll come on to the big test. This colour's pretty good. It's pretty easy to blend, considering how frigging thick this is. Like, I'm kind of just buffing it in, and it is working into my skin quite nicely. At the moment it doesn't look heavy. I have a dry patch here and it's clung to it a little bit, but we'll see how it goes. The ultimate test for me is to see how it sits on my nose, because foundations seem to go gross on my nose, like most foundations, even my favourite foundations do. So we'll see how it stands on my nose. Right, that is one like light layer of this foundation. That is pretty full coverage. If you look at this side, that looks awful. It looks worse than it is now. It's almost flat. It's just kind of scarring. Anyway, so this side compared to this side, I haven't used all of the product. So shall we see how it covers up the bad boy on my cheek? That's the pea-sized amount gone. It kind of covered one side of my face, so I'm going to do another pea-sized amount. So that's, I guess, 2 pumps, I guess you could say. Now this claims to be 12-hour wear, like 9:20. Now I will wear this for at least 12 hours, so I'll tell you whether it's 12-hour wear. And my interpretation of 12-hour wear is not, oh, it's still on your face. It still looks good after 12 hours, has to be. That's 12-hour wear. It needs to look like you would wear it out for the 12 hours. Not like if you wipe your face, there's still product there. There's a difference. I'm gonna bring it down my neck to make sure I don't have any grim tidal lines. So this is the state of my face with one kind of semi-thin layer all over. It has covered the spot pretty well. There's still a bit of redness kind of peeking through, but that was expected. Like, it's pretty hefty. I'm liking the finish of it. It feels tacky still. It doesn't feel like it's set yet. So we'll see how long it does take to set. The only thing I will say is the odd little bit of dry skin on my face. It's clinging to it, and also it's kind of breaking up over the spot. I'm gonna use another half P to see how well this builds, because if it claims to be like full coverage, I want to see how full I can get it. So where do I want to put more coverage? I want to put a little bit more coverage on my chin. See how this builds up. So I'm gonna just dab it all over my nose. Okay. Here's what my skin looks like. This is still peeking through. My nose looks a little bit, there's still some redness showing on my nose, and when I put it like more layers on, it is just kind of breaking up a little bit on my nose. But the finish is beautiful. I'm gonna finish the rest of my face and then I'll come back and talk about how everything kind of sat on top of the makeup, if you know what I mean. Okay, so I've just applied the rest of my makeup. I've gone for something like really simple, as I always do, like every single day, because I'm only going to work and I don't really care about how I look at work. I've gone quite heavy on the contour, the blush and the highlight today, because I want to see how this foundation holds it in place. Because one of the big things I look for in a foundation is, at the end of the day, I don't just want my foundation to still be in place, I want my blush, my highlight and my contour to still be there and to still look fresh. Okay, so this is how my skin is looking. So far so good, I would say. There are a couple kind of visible pores under my nose here, which I don't normally get. We'll just see if it gets any worse. This is my face currently. I am now gonna go get changed, go to work. Then I'll come back and I'll let you guys know. I'll let you guys know how it looks. I'll catch you guys in about 6 hours. I'm doing a 5-hour day, but if we count the amount of time it takes to get home and when my day starts. Hello, it is now 4:35, which means I've had this on for, what time did I put this on? I don't remember. I'll put on the screen how many hours it's been. As like a general kind of overview, I would say my skin from a distance looks really, really nice. My bronzer and my highlight and my blush are still very much intact. The only gripe, primarily, that I would say at this point in the day, my spot is showing through a little bit. My cheeks look really nice. My cheek makeup has stayed on really, really well. My one gripe is that this foundation has sunk into my pores a little bit. A little bit around my chin, there's been a bit of where I've been sat like this, bored at a desk. So that's worn a little bit. But around my nose, I can see like some individual pores. And I can also see where it's broken up a little bit here, because I've had hay fever today. I've been doing this and like blowing my nose and stuff. So it's come off all on the bottom of my nose and started to break up here, where it's like obviously been a bit disrupted. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in and give you guys a little bit of a closer shot. Okay, can you see where it's like peeking through the redness here? And there's some breaking up and some pores showing around my nose. There's a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of shine breakthrough just here, but barely any. My forehead's not oily, and we had delivery day at work, so I've been lugging boxes around all day, and this, I'm actually very impressed with. This is the state of my face. Yeah, the only thing that's annoying me is it's breaking up a bit on the sides of my nose. When I say it's gone funny on my nose, this is what I mean, but it's weird because normally that happens primarily on the top, but in this one it's happening at the sides, which is a bit annoying. But to to be honest, I'd rather it happen at the sides of my nose than the top of my nose. And I feel like if I use a primer, it might prevent that a bit more in the future. So I want to try this with a primer, because obviously this is no primer, so I'm impressed. I'll check back with you probably around dinner time in another 3 or so hours, and then I'll check in with you before I go to bed. So I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Okay. It's 20 to 9. I am just editing this video. Actually, I'm editing like this morning's clip. This light is really, really bright, so I feel like any light will be like properly reflecting off my face, and it doesn't even look oily in this light. Like, it's barely got any shine since I last spoke to you. My only slight concern is I think I have a new spot coming up in a place I don't normally get spots. So I'm a bit concerned that this foundation may not be agreeing with my skin. Now, I don't have sensitive skin. I don't break out easily. I only break out hormonally, and I am hormonally breaking out currently, so that could be due to that. But I'm just going to keep an eye out on it, and if I do find that this foundation breaks me out, I'll definitely write it down below in the description box. It's really noticeably worn off on the side of my nose. Here, my contour and highlight are still basically in place. My contour's gone a little bit patchy now. Yeah, I can just feel, yeah, this side of my nose is completely gone as well. As has, like, the only bit remaining now is this little line here. All here's worn. I'm gonna finish editing the video, watch an episode of Once Upon a Time, and then I'll report back to you just before I go to bed. So just before I take off my makeup, it'll probably be about 10:30. So I will have had it on for 12 hours, and it's meant to be 12-hour wear. So we'll see how it looks after 12 hours. It's 10 o'clock, it's late, I'm going to bed. So this is my face now. I have to whisper because my dad's asleep and I don't want to wake him up. Also, I'm wearing my Mr. Tickle pajama top. You know, there's been minimal kind of shine breakthrough. There's a bit now coming through on my T-zone, the kind of culprit areas. This is highlight, which is still fully in place. It seems to have kind of clung to the dry parts of my like blemish. Where the blemish is starting to dry out, the foundation's kind of sunk, like attached to it. So if you have a lot of kind of active acne that's healing, I don't know how that would sit on you, because it is starting to emphasize it later on in the day. Throughout the day it was okay, and it's also completely gone off of the sides of my nose. And it says it's 12-hour wear. The majority of my face looks really good, and I feel like all the places where it's come off I would have primed on a usual kind of daily basis when I'm not testing out a foundation. So if you don't get really dry or really oily skin, I feel like this would look really lovely on you. And for people with oily skin, it has sat well on my skin for the majority of the day. It was the last kind of 4 hours that things started to go a bit tits up. And for dry skin, same thing. I think, you know, a full day might be pushing it a little bit with this foundation. A link to where you can purchase this product will be down below if you would like to give it a go. I do recommend it. Obviously do some further research if you'd like to, because, you know, everyone reacts differently to foundations. Everybody has different preferences. I hope this was helpful. I hope you have the best day. I'm losing my voice, I need to go to bed. My social media links, my Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook, my Snapchat and my vlog channel are all linked down below if you want to see me in other places around the internet. I hope you have the best day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!